Hi, this is Jo from JHLeather, and this is my first reviews video. In this video, we will be reviewing the new Abbey pricking iron sets. Let's get started. Okie dokie then, so this is my current Abbey stitch marker that I have been using for the last few years now. It's 7 stitches per inch, it's what I use the most. As you can see, it's quite chunky and it's a 1 inch stitch mark in length. So this is the 3 pricking iron sets that I've been given for review. We have the Abbey pricking iron set here on the right, which comprises of the 2 stitch markers you see here. We also have the Oblique pricking iron set, which is a smaller entry-level sort of pricking iron set, which comprises of the 3 bottom row of stitch marks here. And we also have a diamond set. So the diamond set comes in 4 irons that you see here: the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 6th tooth. So I'm just going to focus the camera here, just so you can get a bit of a closer look at it, and then we will jump in and do some sort of more in-depth work with all these stitch markers. So all the stitch markers are made in stainless steel. I must say they feel really good in the hands. So obviously the sort of more entry-level ones here on the left are quite a bit smaller than the premium pricking iron set, but all of these irons, I'm going to say now, I'm so impressed by them. Abbey have done such a good job here. So yeah, so all the stitch markers, oh, not the camera, all the stitch markers have the Abbey A logo engraved into the top of them, as well as the size. So the sizes that I got set are actually in millimetres. So this is a 3.38, which I found was between a 7 and the 8 stitch marker that I currently use. It was one thing that I went back to Abbey with, and since then they've come up with a traditional set, which I will show you via their website at the end of the video. So the main pricking iron in the Abbey pricking iron set is 1 1/4 inches long. It's comprised of 10 teeth. Okay, so size comparison between my current Abbey stitch marker and the main pricking iron in the Oblique set. As you can see, there is a huge size difference here. It's an awful lot smaller, but more than that, it's the teeth size that I'm most interested in. And you can see on both of the irons here, the comparison between the two. Those teeth are small, which is just excellent for what I want and is what I have been looking for. The Oblique pricking iron set, here we're just going to do a quick test with this one. As you can see, it is quite small, so if you have got large hands, you might not find this the easiest sort of set of stitch markers to use, which may mean you want to have a look at the sort of main pricking iron set. But obviously it depends on your budget and sort of what your personal tastes are and what you're used to. So comparing the top line, so the top line is the Oblique pricking iron and the bottom line is with my standard Abbey, the old one that I had for about 3 or 4 years now. So you can see there's a huge difference here in the teeth size. The teeth are nice and small, which is what I've been looking for. I have a really old, I say really old, it's about 8 years I think I had it, 1 inch 10 to the inch Joseph Dixon slimline stitch marker, which I love, and it's excellent for bridal work, but I was never able to get one for a 7, which is what I've got, the big Abbey one. And so I'm really excited about these stitching irons. Like I said, they're so good quality, and Abbey have done a really good job here between, you know, the 2 sets, and I think having the 2 sets is a really good idea for them as well. And sort of since doing this video, I actually bought the bigger pricking iron set from Abbey, and I've just been using that solely since making or being sent the video, the stitch markers. So the Oblique pricking iron set comes with 3 stitch markers, as you can see here. You got the 10 tooth, the 5 tooth, and the 2 tooth. So generally, I just sort of hold my pricking iron up at an angle for when I'm doing sort of like stitch marking around turns and stuff like this. But this pricking iron set, because it has that 2 tooth, that is really good for going around these tiny sort of like turns and stuff like that, and it makes it a whole lot easier. So as you can see, although I get my hand in the way, you can, you know, it makes doing that sort of an awful lot easier. And you know, having the 3 pricking irons is a really good idea, and you'll probably find yourself using you know, all of them for different things depending on the sizes of your strap. So this is the diamond set. Now, I don't have much experience with diamond stitch markers or anything like that. So I've never, like, honestly, this is the first time I've ever used them. But from what I have since gained knowledge on, is that they're more for stitching all the way through. If you weren't going to sort of stitch with an awl. So my first impressions, they're very good. They're made from the same stainless steel as the other sets. You get 4 in the pack. You get the 6, the 4, the 2 and the 1 tooth markers. I wouldn't know what to do with a 1 tooth, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. So these irons come in 3, 4 and 5 millimeter distances, so they cover a nice range of sizes there. So this is the main Abbey pricking iron with the oblique pricking iron. You can see the size difference, like I've been saying. And like I said before, it depends on the size of your hand and what you're used to. This entry-level sort of set, the smaller set on the right, it's really good. And it's just as good as the sort of larger pricking iron set. It just depends on sort of what your budget is, really. If you're just coming into it, getting the oblique set would be a really good option for someone. And if you are well into your sort of leather work and your saddlery, the sort of the pricking iron set, the bigger set, would be a really good addition to your toolkit. And again, you can see the size difference here between the 2 tooth of the premium pricking iron set on the left and the oblique pricking iron set on the right. On to sort of the technical specs of each of the pricking iron sets. So the Abbey pricking iron set is the premium sort of pricking iron set that Abbey are offering. Depending on which size you get, the main stitch marker will come in either 9 or 10 tooth, and you also get a 2 tooth in the pack. Like I said, all of these stitching irons, pricking irons, are made with stainless steel and really good quality. So the pricking iron set here comes in 2.7 mil, 3 mil, 3.38 millimeter, 3.85 millimeters, and 4 millimeter sizes. They cost £80 excluding VAT and delivery. So the oblique pricking iron set is the entry level sort of stitch mark set. It is £24 excluding VAT, and it's such a good value. You know, you get the 10 tooth, the 5 tooth, and the 2 tooth stitch marker. Again, they're measured in millimeters, sort of the same sizes as the normal premium pricking iron set. And honestly, if you're just getting into leatherwork, this would be such a good set for you to get and get you up and running. The diamond set, so you get the 4 irons in the diamond set. You get the 6, the 4, the 2 and the 1 tooth markers. They come in 3, 4 or 5 millimeter sizes, and again they are £24 excluding VAT. So since making this video, Abbey have actually released traditional sets in both the oblique entry level set and the premium pricking iron set. So the traditional ones, they're measured in stitches per inch, which I know a lot of people, including myself, are more used to sort of the sizings of them. So they are available in 10, 9, 8, 7 and 6 stitches per inch. They come in a 2-pack. You got the 1-inch one and you got the 2 tooth one. Now these stitching irons, they're made as close to Joseph Dixon's patterns as possible, which is really quite exciting. because the Joseph Dixon irons, they're incredibly good stitching irons. I've got a lot of their, I've got 4 of their 1/2 inch ones for when I was training, and yeah, they are really good irons. And so for Abbey to be taking that on and making them in the same quality as I'm sure they are as the set that they have sent me, is really good. And they're also available in right and left-handed, so if you stitch left-handed, or if you're doing box work, so you'll have the portmanteau set available to you as well. So the traditional Abbey pricking iron set again is £80 excluding VAT, putting on the same price mark as the ones that I have had in the review. The Oblique traditional sets are available in 10, 9, 8 and 7 stitches per inch, and again you've got your 3-pack, you've got a 1 inch, a 1/2 inch and a 2-tooth, and again they're available in right and left-handed options and are £24 excluding the VAT. So they've also come out with a 10-tooth Abbey diamond pricking iron, which is available for £10.67 excluding the VAT. So to sum up, I love these pricking irons, and I highly recommend anyone getting into leatherwork or anyone who is already in leatherwork and they're looking for some more stitch markers and pricking irons to have a look and consider these sets. So after doing this video, I actually purchased the main Abbey pricking iron set that I got sent in the 3.38mm because I just loved it so much, and that is pretty much the only stitch marker I have been using since receiving them because I just loved it so much. So yeah, I mean, all in all, really good marks all around. So if you like the video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos and tutorials. Also, if you hit the bell notification, you'll be notified every time I post a new video, making sure you don't miss out on my new content. And I will see you in the next video.